Appearing at the Blue Max at the Hyatt Regency O'Hare in Chicago is Al Martino these days, and it's a pleasure to have you on the line. Al, how are you?
Thanks, Ken. This is my first appearance here at the Blue Max. I find it a very, very interesting room. It looks like a very small theater, and I like the way it's laid out.
Very intimate, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and it's most important thing is, there are rooms and there are rooms, and this one, that as soon as you get up on the stage, you feel comfortable, and you can immediately communicate with the audience. They're not too far away; they're right there in front of you.
Do you get the feeling that people in Chicago identify with you? Are they an easy audience? Is what I'm asking, I guess.
Well, yeah, I think so. I think I can relate to people here a lot better than maybe other places. For example, a lot better than I can if I was in maybe Louisiana or, let's say, Georgia or the South. Of course, the people in Chicago are as close to me as the people in Philadelphia. That's where I was born and raised in Philadelphia.
I'm trying to think how you got your start in the music biz. Peggy Lee has been at the Blue Max, and of course Laney Kazan was there before you. But I got to talking with those people, and then mentioned to Peggy Lee. Of course, she goes way back in the big band days, and she talked about how her career changed over the years, from the days when she was singing as a vocalist for a big band versus now, where she is the star performer when she goes out. Did your career kind of go through that kind of a transition too?
Not as much as her, because she was in the big band era. I wasn't. I came after that. I came in '52. That this is when the big bands were sort of, on their way out, and singers were on their way in. Of course, a lot of transitions have been made since then, though. And look what's happening with records and music today. That's the change I'm talking about. I mean, I've changed my style at times to fit the song, but it wasn't what you call a direct transition. It was slow. It all depended upon the material.
There is so much money to be made in the music biz these days. It must be very hard for a person who's just getting started now to get that break, I would think.
Well, we were just talking about that yesterday over the air. Someone had called and said that they wanted to be a singer, and would I give them advice? And the advice that I gave them is what I would repeat again, is that there is too much competition today. I really don't know whether it would work out for anyone coming in the singing scene today, because of the expense it is to make a record and to get started. It's astronomical, the expense. 100, maybe 200 times more than what it was when I first started. I'll give you an idea. This trilogy album that Sinatra recorded. Can you just take a wild guess on what you think that album would have cost him? A wild guess.
To make?
Yes. Trilogy. It's 3 albums into one, of course. Just give me an idea of what you think that album cost.
Just from the way we've been talking here, I'll probably overshoot it, but I would say probably, and this is just, I have no idea, I'd just say close to $1 million.
Well, not to make the album. To make the album, it's more like about $160,000-$170,000. But now we're talking about another $250,000 to promote it.
That's what I mean. I guess I was taking that.
One is to make it, and one is to promote. So the whole general thing, that from the time he walks into the studio to make the record and time he's promoting it, you're seeing up to about $400,000. Now you tell me who's got that kind of money to throw out.
Yeah, that's right. And then it may not be a hit. It may not sell.
Right. That's right. Frank may get something out of the album. I understand now he's got something on the charts, something called New York, New York. I don't know too much about what's happening with it, but I understand that's on the charts.
That's on Reprise label, I think. Is that
Warner's or Reprise, yes.
Yeah, and we've been playing that a little bit, too.
But remember now, he's paying, an awful lot of money to get this thing exploited.
Yeah.
But, I'm with Capitol Records, and I don't record as much as I used to. I maybe make 1 record a year now, and I've got to be extremely cautious and particular of what I record.
That makes sense, I guess, because you can really, ruin your image, really, if you come up with something bad.
Well, yeah, but remember now, the public won't hear it anyway. It's the disc jockeys that will hear it, and they may get discouraged.
Yeah.
But they always give you a shot. I'll tell you right now, you can keep putting records out. If you don't make it, these disc jockeys will always listen to the record first before they put it on the air. So you always have a chance to come back again.
How about the Stephen Eady record that came out under the name of Penny and Parker? You probably heard about that, haven't
Oh,
you?
yes. Well, I wouldn't have changed my name on that. I would have changed the song. The style is what I would have changed. I would have kept I would have kept the name, but I would have changed my style.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
That's what I think they should have done. Just change their style a little bit, just to fit the song. And try it that way.
Sure. Listen, I know what you want to do, and that's probably head out to the golf course today.
Well, it's a little too cold today.
Al Martino, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ken.